Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through the basics of what I have to do on a daily basis approximately to start reaching the goals and milestones I have to reach to get surgery. So let's do this thing. So, I have a checklist that I have to follow every day. It's a little self-assessment that I have to follow every day, and I got it from my nutritionist or dietitian. So I have to consume at least 60 grams of protein every day is the very first thing on my self-assessment. However, I aim for closer to 150 because I haven't had the surgery yet, and I for someone my size, my height, my weight, my age, my activity level, according to calculator.net, I don't know how reliable that is, but it said that it drew its information from some pretty reliable sources like the CDC and I can't remember the other two, but basically 150 is the average. So the second thing would be having at least one fruit and for now one vegetable. I need to work up to two, and that's probably going to be after Tuesday. I'll probably start trying to have 2 vegetables a day. One serving of fruit is like half a cup of berries or like 1 apple or 1 orange or something like that. Or if it's canned fruit, then it's like half a measuring cup. And then 2 servings of vegetables, or 1 serving of vegetable. So it's 1 cup per serving, I think. Yeah, 1 cup per serving. At least that's what I'm going by. That's what my nutritionist has me going by. The third thing would be making sure each time I eat, I'm not getting more than 10 grams of sugar and no more than 10 grams of fat. The fourth thing is either trying starch alternatives or just avoiding starchy things like rice, pasta, soft breads, that kind of stuff. And then the fifth thing is making sure I drink at least 64 ounces of water every day. I've been aiming for more like 96 just because that's kind of what I've worked up to. And that's what makes me feel the best. But 64 ounces is all that's required of me, at least from my dietitian. So the next thing, the 6th thing, would be limiting caffeine. My dietitian says that I can have up to 2 cups of coffee a day. However, I'm really trying to cut out coffee, or not coffee. I'm trying to cut out caffeine because after surgery, there's a time period where you can't have caffeine at all. So I'm just trying to like prepare myself for that. So I only have caffeine on days where I'm just really dragging, and for the rest of the time I still have my cup of coffee every day. I just use decaf. So and then my 7th thing is avoiding carbonation. So no pop, no energy drinks, no sparkling ciders, that kind of stuff. And the 8th thing is avoiding alcohol. That one's really easy for me because I just don't drink anyway. The 9th thing is avoiding juices and sugary beverages. The 10th and 11th things, they're kind of unexpected if you don't know a lot about weight loss surgery. Because my stomach is going to be so much smaller, I have to avoid having liquid with my food. So anytime I'm putting food into my body, I have to stop drinking any water, any liquid 15 minutes before I put food in my body, and don't introduce any more liquid until 30 minutes after I'm done eating. And the waiting 30 minutes after is the 12th or 11th thing. The reason for that is, from what I understand, you for one, fill up faster if you eat and drink at the same time, and you are gonna have trouble. Like it's an adjustment to get in all of the protein and everything nutrients you need via food as is. So adding water when you're eating or whatever liquid you're having is just going to make it harder. And then the second reason that I'm aware of for avoiding liquid with food is when you have gastric bypass or the sleeve or anything that shrinks your stomach. And I think this might happen regardless. So when you eat and drink at the same time, the water or liquid flushes your system, your stomach out faster than it can absorb the nutrients from the food completely. So say you ate like 6 ounces of chicken and drink a glass of water with it, your body is going to rush that through your system before the chicken can be completely absorbed, the nutrients from the chicken, because the water is there. So just putting the chicken there and no water, no liquid, you get more nutrients out of the chicken that way. Your body will get more out of it. So that's numbers 10 and 11. Number 12 is making sure you drink and eat slowly. I've been told in the past that you should take a minimum of 20 minutes to eat. Those are the 12 food and drink related things that I have to do. And then I have to make sure I exercise every day, and I have to make sure that I get my minerals and vitamins every day. So I take a multivitamin and I take vitamin D every day. So, and I just found out that my iron is actually a little low, so I might be adding an iron supplement to my regimen. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Oh, I also have really great news. I was pre-diabetic. I don't remember if I shared that with you guys. I think I did. That I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic a few months back. I think in either June or July. I haven't talked to my doctor about my blood test results yet. But I got the notification of my A1C, and my A1C is 5.4, which is a normal level. So I think my glucose, I don't remember what my glucose was at, but I know it was a normal range as well. So I'm pretty sure I'm not pre-diabetic anymore, but I'm gonna double check with my doctor and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I'm super stoked about that. But yeah, those are the main, it's 14 things, so it's kind of a lot, but those are the things that I'm focusing on every day. And I literally go through and check each one of these off every day that I do. And if I miss something, then I try my best to get even more check marks the next day. I try pretty hard to get as much of this as I can. So I mentioned briefly that I exercise every day, but some of the things that I do to exercise every day to get my exercise in is I do try to walk at least 30 minutes every single day, and I am trying to get 10,000 steps in every day, but I'm kind of working my way up to that. I'm averaging around 6,000 right now, and then I also am trying to do calisthenics, which I talked to you guys about before. I also have this game called Ring Fit that I'm trying to play more. It's been a little while since I played it, but I am trying to keep my exercising pretty diversified, so that I can not get burnt out as easily. So, but I really enjoy walking. It's really nice to get out of the house, and even if I am just walking around my apartment complex, I literally just circle the building and I talk to a friend as I do it. So either a friend or my mom. Um, so my wife actually has said that she's going to start joining me on walks and doing calisthenics occasionally, and we're supposed to do ring fit together. So I'm hoping that that will make it even more fun, and I'll be able to get in even more steps and burn even more calories doing that. So, but having said that, I should mention that it is very, very important, no matter how big you are, no matter how badly you want to lose the weight, no matter how much you think you can speed up the process by cutting calories to an extreme, you should not. You should always listen to and consult your doctor before you cut calories, and only cut them as much as your doctor says is safe. Because I have recently I did a no-no. I thought that it would be okay if I cut my calories past what my doctor said was okay. It's been a while since I got the number from my doctor, and I just told myself it would be okay. I'm supposed to have around 1,400 calories a day, and I've been getting less than 1,200. And I don't know what made me think that would be okay. And some days I've had as little as 900. So the reason that that's not okay is because eventually your body will start kind of fighting back. It'll get the calories that it needs, and it's really dangerous to go against what the doctor says and cut calories beyond what you should. And I've been trying to pick up my calories without overdoing my fat and sugar intake, and without introducing pasta and stuff like that back into my diet. And I haven't done the best job at it. I actually had a little bit of an episode today. When I was exercising, I had to cut my exercising short today because I just got overly exhausted and I started having chest pain. And this was like 10 minutes into my walk, so I knew that it was something that my body was telling me that I needed to take a step back. I listened to my body, and I, rested, and I drank some water. Another thing is I was so busy today that I forgot my water until like 6 p.m. I think. I was probably also dehydrated, so my body was just not having it. So you just gotta be careful. You gotta listen to your doctor. You gotta listen to your body, and don't overdo it. So on top of having to do those 14 things every day, there's a few things that I have to do like over the next 6 months. I've already told you that I have to see the dietitian, and I don't remember if I told you that I have to do like how much I have to do that. I have to do that 6 times over the next, I believe I have 2 years to do it. Or no, it has to be 6 consecutive times, and I have 2 years to complete it, or something like that. But I plan on doing it, just the first 6 months, just get it knocked out. And I'm Tuesday, I will be halfway through that. The 14th of December, I'll be halfway through my dietitian appointments. And then I also had to see a lung specialist, which I actually found out that my asthma isn't as under control or it may not be as under control as I thought it was. I went untreated my entire childhood and most of my adulthood for asthma. So I'm very used to having it and not having treatment for it, and just having to kind of push through the symptoms. And that has led to issues with getting treatment, just because it makes it hard to remember to actually treat myself. So, but I also found out that, so I had COVID in March of 2021. I found out when I saw the pulmonary specialist that I had pneumonia at the same time as having COVID. And it was not so bad that I had to be hospitalized, but she showed me the scans and it looked pretty bad. I have to do a breathing test to make sure my asthma is under control and make sure that I'm as low risk as possible before surgery, and to make sure I'm on the right meds and everything. So now she did explain that everything I do with her, it's not going to like disqualify me from surgery. It's just she's going to work with me to get my asthma and medication under control enough so that I am as low risk as possible. So that's what I'm doing with the pulmonary specialist. I imagine the heart specialist that I have to see is going to be very similar, just making sure that my heart is working properly. There's no kind of complications that might pop up. And I've never had issues with my heart. The only reason I have to see the heart specialist, I think, is just because it's kind of par for the course. I think everyone who does the surgery has to see a heart specialist just to make sure. So, and the only thing that I have as even close to a worry is my triglycerides are high. My cholesterol is in normal range, but my triglycerides are high. So I imagine the heart doctor will say something about that. But I am planning on working on getting my triglycerides down as fast as possible without being unhealthy. I have to figure out how to do that. I'm not sure. So I do have to see the heart specialist still. And I also have to have a psych evaluation done to make sure that I'm mentally ready for surgery. I'm not super worried about that because I am working with an entire mental health team to make sure that I'm mentally ready and that my food addiction is not going to ruin surgery for me. Whether it ruins it in the way of me not being able to get it, or whether it ruins it because I got it and undid all the good stuff, Yeah, I really think that my psych eval will go pretty well. I'm not too worried about it. I am waiting to hear back on when my heart doctor and psych eval appointments will be. I did my drug screen and my blood work. Those both came back clear, I don't think there was anything that would disqualify me from surgery. As far as my blood work goes, my iron was low and my triglycerides were high, and I think that was the only abnormal findings. So yeah, I'm not too worried about anything right now. I think come 3 to 5 months I'll be getting qualified for surgery. I think just making sure insurance will cover it is the biggest thing. But I think I will have checked all the boxes appropriately, and I think it's all going to work out. So, but I'm going to keep updating you guys on this. And I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in on all the stuff that has to happen. Because I didn't realize how much went into getting approved for surgery until I started doing it. But it's really not as overwhelming as it may sound. Your doctor and nurses should be a huge help on keeping on track with all of it and making sure it's all done. So don't let any of this, if you're watching this and wondering if this is for you, don't let any of this deter you. It may sound like a lot, but you have 6+ months to do it all, and it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So yeah, I would definitely talk to your doctor if you're considering this. So that is basically all I really wanted to say to you guys. Just make sure you are loving yourself. This whole journey is to find self-love, and grow that for me, and I'm hoping that's what you guys are doing as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.